Hello there and welcome to my channel. This is Non-Gone and today we're playing Final Fantasy VII Remake. This is chapter 13 in our full walkthrough hard mode stay bad playthrough. Obviously hard mode's pretty self-explanatory. By stay bad what I mean is that we are going to try to do all of hard mode without getting good. And what I mean by that is that there's a lot of mechanics and a lot of things that you can do if you know your way through the game and you have skills, you know, dodging, parrying, ways to heal yourself, just all kinds of stuff. Basically, we're going to try to avoid as much of that as possible and make it the simplest type of playthrough that we can get. And so we basically set up like our materia is all set up exactly the same. There's one offensive elemental materia attached to an elemental materia on two of our weapons. The nature of that materia is determined by either the boss or the majority of the enemies, what they're weak to. For this one, we're going to be using lightning. Everybody's got 2 HP up, 2 MP ups. Very, very simple. Just get those numbers higher. They take longer to deplete. Everybody can heal. Everybody can revive. We have as many first strike materia as we can. From the last chapter, Barrett sort of ended up as my healer, and I've gone ahead and switched that out. So now Tifa has Magnify attached to her healing. That means when you, that's like an all materia from the original. So when you cast Cure, Cura, Curaga, or Regen, it will apply to your whole party. As for Barrett, he's got the elemental now, and I went ahead and put poison on him. I got some empty slots. I'm not going to use them for anything. I almost always forget to poison bosses. Anybody that's watched these videos knows. But almost all of them are susceptible to poison, so give it a go. That usually will hit and help you tremendously. So as for weapons and accessories, I went with the ones that have the highest physical attack. Except for the EKG Cannon. I don't know why. That's just what we're going to go with. So Hard Edge, Metal Knuckles, EKG Cannon. The armor is anything that's got decent stats and 3 or 4 materia slots. Again, you can play with it and get better than me, but I'm trying to stay bad. The accessories don't matter. I got 2 champion belts on. That's fine. But the one that does is the Gotterdammerung. This allows you to begin every battle with your limit break and charges the limit break gauge like 3 or 4 times the normal rate. The way you get that is by beating the Top Secrets challenge in Chapter 17 on your first playthrough or whatever. And that is the first video in this playlist. So if you want to know how to not be completely OP and still get that accessory, go ahead and look at that video. So basically, we're our general plan is to come in with that loadout, and because we start every battle with our limit break, we will be ending a lot of battles without taking any damage. If anybody's still straggling around after the cross slash from Cloud, then hit them with triple slash, and that'll usually end it. Tifa, you pretty much just hammer away with your square button until you get ATB. And then you use Star Shower. That's her easiest one. Barrett, hit triangle when the triangle attack's available. Otherwise, hit square until 2 ATB bars are full, and then use Maximum Fury. And that is literally it. We don't cast spells. If you need to cure, cure. If you need to revive, revive. You should be pretty much okay. And that's, I mean, that's really it. It's a very simple concept. And boss battles, we'll set up regen, so we kind of have our health gaining the entire time. But really, other than that, there is not a lot to this. We are really trying to be bad at this and still prevail. And the idea is, if you have tricks that are more effective, you can add them onto this and be even better and even more efficient. So MP is a big issue in hard mode. You don't get it when you sit on the benches, like in the other difficulties, and you also cannot use item commands in hard mode. So health you can get back with spells and benches, but your MP you really can't. So you have to manage that throughout chapters. When you're using no MP for 90% of the chapter, that's when this playstyle really, like that Gotterdammerung, just absolutely MVPs it. So that's pretty much all I've got to say. about what we're doing. That's kind of the idea behind it. This is not a horrible chapter. The boss at the end is a little bit different, and there is, for the first and only time in this game, we're going to take that Gotterdammerung and give it to someone else. And I guess we're not going to go down that tunnel, which is where I thought we were going. Yeah, that's all I got to say. I don't have a whole bunch of action here until about halfway through the chapter, so I'll just duck out and pick up with you then.
My ears are still ringing from it.
This is Sector 5, right? So where's this place you said Marlene is?
Where I think she is. It's a house on the other side of town.
Well, come on then. Pick up the pace.
I'm going as fast as you are.
Oh.
That's the house.
Marlene! Marlene! Where's Marlene? Is she here?
Barrett!
Keep it down. Don't wake her.
Marlene.
The main entrance to Sector 7 is buried under rubble now. So how are we supposed to get back inside?
Underground passage in the park.
Good plan.
But how do we get to the park?
I know another way to get there. Aerith showed me before.
This ancient girl knows her stuff. Didn't mean anything by it.
So, what are we gonna do? I can't even imagine how it looks over there.
My ears are still ringing from it.
This kind of thing isn't supposed to happen.
Over there.
So a couple of quick notes here as we get into our first battle. So you see the yellow markers. I know it's hard there where it says weakness after your first attack. That's what we've chosen. You know, we put Lightning Materia attached to Elemental on our weapon. and that particular enemy is weak to lightning, so that's why it comes up and does extra damage. The general rule with that is that if they are human enemies, they'll be weak to fire, and if they're mechanical enemies, they'll be weak to lightning. There are some exceptions to that, and there are others that are weak to ice and wind and all that stuff. But just kind of as a general rule, if you're looking or having trouble with an enemy, figuring out their weakness, that's kind of how you would do it. The second thing that I wanted to make a note of is that I took about 2 months off from playing this game. When I did the first 10 chapters of this walkthrough, I had just finished getting platinum on this on 2 separate PlayStation accounts, which means, 4 playthroughs at least. So by that point, like, I felt like the gameplay was pretty crisp. I kind of knew what I was doing, and, you know, I knew where to go. I didn't get lost in any of the places. That has since changed. I took like a 2-month break to go play Phantom Pain, Metal Gear Solid 5. And but you see, it's this is such a simple thing. It only took about an hour to remember how to do this. We start with cross slash, we end with triple slash, and that really does shred like almost every enemy. So we are actually coming up on some bandits that are going to be weak to fire, and they got kind of like a mini boss with them that's weak to fire. So if you want to switch out as you go through battles, that's fine. I just want to keep it as simple as possible. But yeah, as far as the gameplay and getting lost and maybe not doing it as efficient, that's why I had about 2 months where I haven't played, and so I'm kind of learning how to do it again. If it gets too awkward around here and I'm really mucking it up, I will restart the chapter and do it again for video. But thus far, it hasn't been too bad, so just bear with me there. And again, it's not that none of this stuff is that difficult until chapter 17 anyway. So we're going to just kind of rush through and continue to just use our very few basic moves.
Don't overdo it.
Kill for a shower.
Get the bastards!
Don't you ever do it. Nothing to it.
If this is what you want.
You're as good as dead.
That's the way to do it.
Not so fast. You want to come through here, you'll need to provide due compensation. You
Friends of yours?
Nope.
Stop line. We go way
Bring the heat. Keep pouring it on. Bring it home.
Deal with that.
Get
Let's do this. Gotcha. Good job.
So that was the battle where it would maybe benefit you to have fire instead. We're going... It's so easy to get turned around here that I wanted to make sure we weren't. But yeah, if you equip fire to your elemental for that battle, the Grungy Bandit won't be as difficult. But I didn't feel like we needed it, and it turned out we were right. So I'll be back in just a minute.
Over there.
That a way out?
I'm almost afraid to go back. To see it with my own eyes.
Tifa.
Come on.
Does it look like we can go this way? No. There's monsters that are surely ought to take us straight to the Sector 5 slums.
This is bad.
Finally, I could use some fresh air.
Damn, this way, everyone! I still can't believe this happened.
Sector 6 is right over there. We just need to walk a little bit longer, that's all.
Again?
That one was a lot closer.
Hello? Is there anyone out there that needs some help?
And it's not like we had a lot of money, so...
Hello? Anybody out there? If you can hear me, say something.
Anybody out there?
Hey! Hey! Can you hear us?
Can you hear me? Anyone there?
Hey! Hey! Ready? 1, 2, 3!
Is this all that's left of Wedge's place?
coming down. Stay right where you are. This place reeks of shit.
Wedge?
Wedge! If there's no path, you got.
And we are now in a new section here. And, oh, I guess we got to do this tutorial first. So just hold down square and it'll shred all these rocks.
Hang in there.
There we go. Okay. So we're in a new section where Barrett is by himself. And for really one of two times, I think I said the only time, but it's actually, there's one spot in Chapter 17 where we're going to switch this out to. We are going to give him the Gotterdammerung. And while we're at it, we're going to go ahead and switch the lightning for ice. It's probably not the smartest thing to do right now, but why not? I think we're strong enough that we can handle it. And I'm also going to grab the elemental attack from Cloud. So this way we can just do it all at once. You know, there's only 2 elementals in the game, so, and Tifa's going to join us before Cloud does. So we're going to go ahead and switch that all out right now, and that'll save us from having to do it again. But as you might imagine, using Barrett's limit break on these bugaboos is going to end the bugaboos pretty quick. So he's pretty OP with fire in the hole and multiple enemies. It's pretty fun going through here with these like low level enemies. So even on hard mode, you see you're fine. And with battles like this, I don't know if you've noticed this a few times, but I get turned around in these corridors so often that it's, I mean, I think, did I just do it again? Yeah, I did it again. Okay. I can't even tell from the map sometimes. Stay bad, people. That's all I got to say. By the way, if you need MP, there are Mako shards up in these guys. I think there's at least 1, maybe 3 in there. But yeah, just keep that in mind. Yeah, I won't sit here and talk too much during this section. It's pretty linear, and it's pretty much exactly what we've been doing. These all have like treasure chests in them if you keep going to the end. We don't care about treasure chests. We haven't cared the entire playthrough. I'm not going to be playing this again after this playthrough, and I can't use any items anyway right now, so there's no need to pick them up. If you want to, you're welcome to. I feel like you're probably in the same boat as me. By the time you're playing on hard mode, you've already got everything else that you wanted to get. So, you know, we're just trying to get through it as simple and easy and relatively quick as possible. So, yep, I'm just going to chug on through here, and we'll see you here in a little bit.
Man, you'd think they dug halfway to hell. Not going down without a fight. Gonna throw your ass straight to hell. So now. Check out this shit right here. Almost no escape in the mist there. You really want to throw down with me? Gonna blow your ass straight to hell. Ain't no thing. I'm really gonna enjoy burning it all down. Tifa! Hey! Tifa! You okay?
To tell you the truth, not really. I think there's another around here somewhere. Can you take care of it?
I got you. Ah! Yeah.
Gotcha! There!
Where's Cloud?
I don't know.
Well, they can take care of themselves. We've got bigger issues. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks.
All right. Gotta go find Wedge. Come on.
I'm afraid to ask, but did you just shoot your way in here?
Okay. Worth it, didn't it? Oh yeah, another one in the bag. If I gotta climb another damn ladder.
And this is the only battle that I was worried about by switching to ice so soon, because cutters are not a lot of fun, and you see it could get really bad here really fast. And we have ice as our equipped thing instead of lightning. But we took care of the mono drive, so we should be all right. That would have been very helpful to have gotten that, but I'm really just hoping that I can get him staggered here real quick. Yeah, good. Perfect.
Hope you don't mind if I fill you for a hole. Give 'em what's coming to 'em. Thanks for this shit right here. Bring in the heat.
And of course, one more. Oh, it wasn't even necessary. So there you go. That's how to beat the cutter. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to Tifa's spells real quick, and we're going to throw a quick Kiraga. I figure for 12 MP out of our 249, that's probably worth the effort. But yeah, we'll see if I go down the right ladder. They look exactly the same, so we'll find out in a little bit. But I'll pick up when I find something interesting.
Probably sleeping soundly, dreaming about his cats.
You're right. We should treat him to a nice meal when he gets back. His choice.
Time to kick ass and take names.
Yeah, let's do this.
Would kill for a shower.
Why now?
We got this.
Gonna blow your ass straight to hell.
Come on. Got that.
gotta stay on my toes if I'm gonna make it out of here alive.
Okay, so we're at the boss battle, and we're popping along pretty good, as you could see. I don't know why I didn't use my limit, but we're going to do it right now. This is the reason we switched to ice. Every enemy in this boss fight is weak to ice. You see all that yellow coming up. That's great. Tifa is going to throw a regen on everybody, which in this case is only 2 people. So kind of keep an eye on the bottom right there and make sure it takes. Sometimes she gets interrupted. And we should be shredding these unknown entities pretty good, even on hard difficulty. So, as you can see, that was stage 1. Not too bad.
Of course there's more.
You good?
Like you even gotta ask. Doggone it, asshole! Stop on this!
You see occasionally a little hit of the triangle button isn't the worst thing you could do.
Gotta love it. Getting real tired of this shit.
This is ridiculous.
We gotta close that door.
And there you go. That's the third step when Barrett tells Tifa to get moving. And we are going to get moving. And now we meet the true boss of this battle, which is the failed experiment. Before you can truly fight him, though, you got to get to the end of this little walkway. A couple of star showers should take care of it.
It's using its friends as weapons?
Hey, people, heads up!
Bring it! Seriously?
People, watch out!
And that's not completely non-intentional, but now you can, of course, do some damage from here. And feel free to use all of your MP on this. This is the last fight of the game, so...
This one right here is for the planet.
Now we're back down here fighting Proper. And I always just go for the appendage. I don't know if that's the best way to do it, but... And throw a Kiraga whenever. Okay, and we got our limit.
Won't be nothing left of you when I'm through.
Shake it off, okay?
Want some more? Hey, we gotta stop this thing. Got a whole heap of that sure looks like 3 points to me. Ooh, gotta love it. Yeah. Go for it, asshole.
Check it out.
This guy really wants to see us dead.
Let's go on the offensive. You're up.
All right, watch and learn. Want some more?
And I think he'll just keep summoning entities, so, you know, maybe lock onto him. I don't know. Seems to work.
Check out this shit right here. Here we go again. You're up.
I got this. Bring it. Bingo. Watch yourself.
And he's about to be toast anyway, so you see that ice really makes a difference. And probably casting ice wouldn't be so bad. I mean, we've got it, so again, I like to keep things simple, so let's try it. If we can. Oof. Okay, I did not expect that.
We need to find a way to stop it.
Alright, let's see what Blizzaga does.
Freeze. It's coming.
I couldn't even tell. Oh, I guess it did okay. Let's try it again. Dead. Whew. Alright, so again, there are ways you can do this a lot quicker. I'm trying not to take advantage of those. Just want to do something where I can use the least options possible, the least number of options, keep it as simple as possible, and prevail. And thus far, we are now 13 chapters through out of 18. So I feel like this is working pretty good. Just blow a hole in here, get to your cutscene, and if I'm not mistaken, that is it. Well, almost it. We've still got to drop Wedge off here after getting him out of the building. So
I want you to take Wedge back for me. I'm gonna look around for the others. He made it, didn't he? They can still be alive.
And now we have gotten chapter 13 on hard difficulty. So that's it for this one. Hopefully that wasn't horrible. Like I said, start with lightning, end with ice. Feel free to switch to fire or whatever if you're having trouble with any of the battles. We came a little close to running out of MP, but only because I was using it improperly. Barrett should have been the one casting Blizzaga or used level 2 spells as well. They take less MP and you do a pretty decent amount of damage. So thanks again for watching. We're going to pick up in chapter 14 here in just a little bit. But in the meantime, stay bad, people. Non-gone is gone.